Good morning, Vietnam. I had a talk with a friend about sterilization of humans, and coco stink was the stink for sterilizing, among others stuffs. Yeah, first of all, sterilization exists in the world, okay? China, India, Colombia, countries in Africa, okay? It's well known and well practiced. Okay, China by the one-child policy, forced abortion, intervening on the women by force by sterilizing them with the surgery. India the same. They go into villages and they do those surgery on the people for they give them a little bit of money, a TV set, or sometimes nothing. Okay, they had to deal with this multiplying species. Okay, so there is somebody managing this species. Colombia, we have this story there where you can check sterilization. In Africa, of course, the Westerners managed the African numbers with their techniques, with their expertise there. So, is it good or bad? Okay, from my point of view, this population, humans, have to be managed. I mean, it's a farm, we know, but I don't see this population not managed by a farmer. Okay, the way it is now. Okay, the level now. I mean, those babies, they're gonna feed the system, feed the beast, and continue the madness. But this is not my main problem. My main problem is the kids that go through the Satanist cultures, okay, the Golem religions, and go through abuse, continuous abuse, through mutilation, sacrifice, psychological abuse, and everything. For me, those kind of people should not have at all the right to have any kid, okay? Because they are Satanists. Recently, I was reading on this country in Africa called Malawi. Malawi. So in Malawi, when the little girls reach puberty, they give them to a man, so the man will teach them the sexuality. They call those men hyena, like the animal. Huh? And they pay those men. So they put those girls into camps where they are abused by a grown-up man, and those men are paid. So it's a practice there in Malawi, and still going right now. Like the British apparently couldn't really stop it. Okay, when they come, those civilized people there couldn't stop this Malawi. So for me, there is really a good point in many cases where those humans should not have capability to have kids and abuse them, okay, and sacrifice them. Okay, that's my opinion. And the general economic and how the human farm, also I agree it cannot go by itself in this system and in this level of humanity. Okay, and the nature, okay, the animal suffering behind and everything. So yes, somebody has to do something, and there is farmers, they are doing the job. So the question was, coco, was it for sterilizing or not? Okay, so the idea is, if you there is this documentary called Birth Gap. Okay, nothing to do with the stinks and everything. It's about the population collapse, not having children in many countries, and he explains how some events like petroleum crisis of oil, how an impact like this of a year of problematic in economy or something, how it has an impact on demography, and this impact is rippling in the future. You see it back appearing in the front of many years, you see the impact of something. And how usually the bigger the crisis is, there is no recovery in the curve, the curving of the birds. Okay, so an event, an economic event can do this. And you see it in 10 years and stuff, you see the impacts more and more. So the documentary is called Bird Gap. So we crossed the bird gap information with those events, okay, of stinging, okay, that are coming like every decade or something. Okay, for the people with short memory, there was H1 slash, and you know, the same story as coco, before coco, with more or less the same story. And then 10 years after, you have coco. So I was saying to my friend, why sterilize completely the humanity? You will break the farm if they do coco. They sting everybody, and suddenly there is no kids at all. Okay, people, the animals in the farm, the sheep, will say, wow, what happened? Okay. But, you know, slowing down for 1 year, like if this sting can stop a woman from having kids for 1 year, 2 years, it's like an event like the ones you see in the documentary Bird Gap. Okay, and you will see the impact afterwards. And the society will continue. You didn't break the farm. You just slow it down 1 year. Okay, even when they put the people in their houses, don't go out, you know, confined and shit, stopped all the weeding, the project of young people and everything, and maybe shifted it like 2 years or something, 1 year, something in the future. So you create an event. And this event, you will see the impact on the population in the, you know, in the statistic long run, because managing a farm is a long run job. It's not like you're gonna sterilize all the farm at once and everything. Like a farmer with the cattle, he will manage. I have too many old cows, I need more young, or I have too young, I need more middle aged cows or something. Managing the population. So he will manage his farm, slaughter some of the young, okay, keep only the female because they give milk, kill all the males. Very few of them are kept for insemination. So the farm is managed for the farm to stay in business. That's the human farm will work exactly the same. So by slowing down, creating an event like this, they have a big impact on the demography, but on the long run, okay, because my friend told me, oh, I know they received the sting, but they still had a baby. Yeah, but if they had a baby like 2 years after what they were supposed, and you did this to a huge number of population, you will see an impact on the demography. There is people whom the specialty is to analyze this kind of number, make projection. What happened if the average age of a woman of having a kid is not 30 anymore, but it's 32 or 33, okay, and the impact on the 12 years. Okay, so now we can imagine that they will repeat this coco event, H/1 or coco, and the next one, but not immediately. This circus they put like, it's gonna happen, not immediately. You have to let the stuff breathe. Okay, and in the future, if it's happen again in some years, 6-7 years from now, already people would have lost memory, and they are not the target anymore. People who had kids at the first the first coco situation, now they are past their age maybe of having kids, but there is new generation coming with fresh memory, with already programmed in the school, in the movies and everything, and disconnected from the memory of the past, because there is no communication between people from generation to generation. Okay, we know how they are, those NPCs, so they will be totally fresh and very ready to receive The next coco operation, which could be just another managing of the number of the cattle, of the sheep. Okay, so they forget, they have short memory, and even those who will remember, they are not the target anymore. They are not the target of this. There will be other young people starting their life, having project and everything, that may be slowed down for 2 years or a year or some months, and their reproducing system will be put in pause for some months. We can imagine like they do this to manage the farm and keeping the structure of the farm. You don't break your farm, and managing this animal which can think a little bit. You cannot just do it openly. So this is why there is those nice scenarios. I said there will be in the future some people who are not targeted anymore, unless maybe they are the old people who will become too much, for example, and you need less of this old cattle specimens. Okay, old sheep and everything, they can be also put in the equation how to reduce it and balance a little bit the pyramid of the age. Okay, so that was just crossing information between the documentary birth gap and my talk with my friend about was cocoa for sterilizing or not, the sting of it. Okay, that was the video. See you in the next one.